Hi everybody. How many of us, who I know the answer to this question, how many of us have stayed in a relationship that's not healthy for way too long? Right? I'm sure everyone that's looking at narcissism and emotionally abusive relationships can say, hello, I did. Okay, so it's not going to get you very far to be looking at what they did. You can do that. You can look at what they did for a minute, but that's not going to get you the growth you need. That's not going to tell you the information that you need to know. You need to know why you're there, what need in you was being met by being there. What need is motivating you in your life? What need is driving you? That's critical information to know. And then also know that every relationship that you get into is a mirror of the relationship you have with yourself. Every relationship that you get into is bringing up for you the things that you need to heal. Relationships are the classroom where we get to work out the lessons that we're here to learn. And everything that we do, every relationship we're in, we are there to be a student or we are there to be a teacher, and sometimes we're there to be both. People are going to do things. We know this, right? We know people are going to do things. They're going to always disappoint us. The rejections are going to come. The bad behavior is going to come. The disrespect, the rudeness, the disappointing stuff, the thoughtlessness. It's all going to come. And the only real thing you really have is your decision and your choice about how you're going to respond, what you're going to tell yourself it means to you. Responsibility is about responding in a way that's going to be empowering to you. It's not ever about taking the blame. This I think I got wrong in my first marriage. I knew I didn't have the right to have any expectations of anybody, so I flipped that on its head and I blamed myself for everything. And that wasn't the right thing either. You don't have to take the blame for what other people are doing, not at all. What we have to do is ask ourselves why we're there, why we're staying, why we stayed way too long, and learn our lesson. It's up to us to respond in a way that is respectful of ourselves. Tells the world who we are and how we deserve to be treated. We don't get what we are asking for in relationships. We don't. We get what we expect. We get what we believe. A lot of times we get what we have experienced in the past if we haven't worked it out. So when bad things happen, especially when they're repeating, when they're happening more than just one time, they're not isolated incidents, the best thing you can do is get inside of yourself and root out what is going on with you. Root it out so you don't have to keep repeating that problem and learning that lesson and going through that pain all over again. You focus on yourself, you work on yourself, you do what you're supposed to do, and one of two things happens. Either the person will have a change. There will be something that changes. When you're dealing with narcissists, that's less likely to happen than the thing number two. Number two thing that happens is it no longer matters to you what they do. Because your feelings about yourself, your next move, your well-being is not reliant on them at all. You are there for yourself. You're not betraying yourself. You're not giving your power over to somebody else. You are looking at your relationships as your school and going, what in me is being triggered here? What in me did I need to learn here? And learn it. Learn it and then take that new wisdom with you into your next relationship. Your relationships will benefit for it. People say to me, I always get cheated on. I haven't had any person be faithful to me ever. My last 6 girlfriends have cheated on me. That is a red flag. That is not about these other people. There is something in you that's creating that. Ended up in 3 relationships in a row where the person was emotionally unavailable, and my self-esteem was just getting destroyed, and I felt rejected and uncared for and all that, and really neglected. I chose that relationship, and I stayed in those relationships, all of them, too long. Well after I was crying and upset and not feeling happy most of the time, and that, never again. I'm never going to be in a relationship again. It isn't making me feel good. That doesn't mean to say that I'm going to bail on something the minute that we go through a problem. That's not what I mean. But I mean, if someone is, taking out their frustrations in life or whatever by demeaning me or being devaluing to me, cruel to me, or disrespectful to me, life is too short. I don't need that. I would never put up with that again. And I'm sure that if you've made it here and you found these channels and you're getting this information, you're there too. It's a whole new world now for you once you start putting the pieces of this puzzle together. So yeah, a big piece of it is discovering who you're dealing with and the whole narcissism thing and identifying all of that. And once you've done that, that's important. But once you've done that, really the most important work is to get back to yourself and figure out what it is about you that brought you here, that drew you to this relationship, and what needs in you are getting met. Because if you didn't have needs that were getting met by being there, you wouldn't be there. Okay, you guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. That's all I need, just a little encouragement. All right, you guys, thanks so much. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.